Hi,
I heard
Risha.
you on the panel, and it was a lovely and very informative panel. For you, what are some of the major key takeaways?
Um, See, I think we are discussing artificial intelligence and the emerging trends. And I think the greatest danger of using artificial intelligence is that people think that they understand everything about it. So we have to foster a lot of safeguards when it comes to corporate governance, be it privacy. I don't think we are still ready with what is yet to come. I don't think it's just limited to ChatGPT or AI or how cognitive human interference will create the answers which we are looking for, but it's definitely a challenge which we need to be prepared for. And as lawyers, I think, and business enablers, that's something which we have to do.
That's right. I also agree that technology is still naive and it will take some time to
Right,
become much more one.
right.
We talk about AI and a lot of data breach headlines and stories day in, day out.
That's right.
What is your take on AI interventions with client confidentiality?
See, I think so. That's a very interesting fact that Allen and Overy, an international law firm, have created their own AI, which is called the Harvey. And I believe that if you want to specifically protect your confidentiality, client confidentiality, or whatever IP you are creating, you have to have something more in-house. So basically, you have to go back, create something to protect privacy, not just policies, IP confidentiality, but there is a deeper meaning to what you're creating rather than just using what is out there on a cloud as an algorithm and you don't know where the content and data is going against whatever you're creating through ChatGPT, Bard, or any other, augmented AI software. So what you can do is just go back and clean your own house before you worry about the streets. That will be a good start.
Good to know, and it's a very valid point. We now have PPDP bill, and it provides
Act.
exemption to we now have the act, and it provides exemption to states on the ground of national security.
Right.
Do you think that this bode well for the whole framework?
See, I have mixed feelings about it, right? It's always good to have parental control because this is something very new, this is something very fresh. We can probably add a timeline to how long the government can have the veto over how they utilize consumer data or data principles, personal information. But again, there has to be corporate governance with the government as well. The center should be aware and make sure that this should not become a political gimmick, and data protection should just focus and specifically take care of data principals' rights. So even if you have parental rights as a government, our nation comes before everyone. So right, it's the most important. So I think the best thing you can do, even if you want to have veto over whose information you control, is to have specific features added to what you can do, the boundaries under which you can experiment, and how much you can exploit. So exploitation is what is the fear, right? And that's where we have to work on. It's still a framework, it's just an act, and I'm sure that the world is becoming smaller day by day, so it's not just India. We will have to explore a lot of permutation, combination as a government, as a center, as a nation, as a citizen, as a lawyer, to ensure that we create something bigger than our peers.
I'm really hopeful on this. Somewhere down the line, 50 years, 60 years, maybe 100 years, do you somehow feel AI will replace lawyers?
So I said something about upskilling and upgrading. And it's not just about lawyers being replaced, it's also the fear of humans being replaced, right? The fear is of being overpowered, right? That's the fear. And we cannot be overpowered if we know our deals, our deeds, and how to manage our business. So the only way we can manage and balance AI is to be aware. And I'm sure that at a lot of levels, 60 years down the line, 100 years down the line, everything will be more virtual and more disruptive. So it's important that you are aware. I don't want that, I don't want to be a layman who is not aware how his bank account got cleaned off, how he got scammed, how cyber security works. I want to be aware, and aware awareness is something which will help us deal with the challenges down the line. But yeah, the coming generation should be aware of it, and not just as a lawyer, but as an individual as well, as a citizen as well. We have to teach this to our kids. We cannot just have a blind eye and be busy on Instagram and other social media portals. We have to be more aware, because things are going to get tough for sure.
That's right. I agree with you. Thank you so much,
Thank
Kriti,
you.
for joining
Thanks,
us.
Rachel.
Thank you. Thank you.